Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wave Channel 5, part of Greenville Public Access Television. I'm Alex Warner, and along with videographer Nick Schmidt. Today, we've traveled in our town series to beautiful downtown Greenville, and we're going to start a series of shows that highlight the different businesses and stores that make up downtown Greenville. And we're going to start with our, I'd say, the executive director of Main Street Greenville. This is Amber Garrett. We're going to talk a little bit about what all's involved, and then over the next few months, we're going to highlight a lot of different shops and stores up and down Broadway and off some of the side streets. So Amber, let's talk just a little bit. What is Main Street Greenville?
Main Street Greenville is actually a nonprofit organization that is focused on the revitalization of our downtown district, making sure that we assist with building development, business development, and just making sure our downtown is a place to be, thriving, vibrant community.
Let's talk just a little bit. How did this all come about? You know, just a synopsis, because downtown, or Main Street Greenville, I should say, has kind of developed from what used to be downtown Greenville.
Correct. It was actually a group of downtown merchants who decided that they wanted to get together to create a group that worked solely on the revitalization of downtown. And so they worked on streetscape projects. They, started pulling in more and more volunteers, and then it became Downtown Greenville Incorporated. Then it also grew, which is a good thing, and we received national accreditation, so we are now a national Main Street program. And to get national accreditation, you have to fill out reports, you have to be able to show that you are doing the work of the program and that you're doing what you're supposed to make sure that the program thrives and continues to grow.
Now, when we talk about Main Street Greenville, of course, we're talking mainly Broadway and then, what, 3rd, 4th, 5th Streets as they branch off of that?
Yeah, the program tries to cover the Circle, downtown, South Broadway, and then the side streets. And then we're also trying to pull in Walnut and Sycamore, mainly because, Sycamore has the library, it has Memorial Hall. It makes sense. It really is our downtown district. If you go to any other downtown, it's not just the main strip. It's also the side streets and maybe one block out. So that's what we're trying to do because we feel it makes sense for our downtown and for the program.
Yeah. Now, approximately how many businesses and stores and so forth are there in that downtown area? And are most of those members of Main Street Greenville or not?
Well, it's a mix. It's a big mix. I would say retail and restaurant, there's over 50. So, when you think about all the services business as well, you're well over 100 businesses that are downtown. Not everyone downtown is a member of the program, and really it's more of a support. It's showing their financial support and being involved. We are trying to advertise and promote downtown as an entire district. So we don't only service our members or those who support us because we really can't. We're trying to sell it as an entire area, and so everybody's in that area, and so we're including everyone, and just hopefully people will get on board. It's really about encouraging people to get involved and to believe in what we're doing. And that's happening over time, and people are seeing the programs changing. With each director, it changes. Each director has their own strengths, and so the businesses then decide which strengths they like to see, and I'm trying to get their feedback on what they would like to see me do. I'm working for them in a way. I'm working for the residents here, the city, the businesses. You're working for a lot of different groups, and you're trying to make them all happy and make sure that we all want the same thing, though, which is a vibrant downtown. So it's just how we get there. So.
Yeah, and I know you talk about your directors. Of course, you're the executive director. I noticed on your website, and you've got a great website, just look up mainstreetgreenville.org. You have quite a variety, like you said, of different backgrounds. You have like a main board officers, and then you have another group. I see the mayor's represented, county commissioners, Mark Salick with economic development. So you got a good mix.
Yeah, we are an economic development program. We really are. We have a new business that's opening downtown. Actually, this Saturday, we're really thrilled. The Blue Bow Boutique. This is their second store. They opened one in Troy. Broadway. And when they contacted me, they actually contacted me first and wanted to know about the property that's available downtown. So they came, I gave them a tour, told them about the properties and the amenities that they were wanting, and they signed a lease. And so those are the type of things that we do. A lot of people don't realize. We're not just events. Yes, we do a lot of events, over 20, a year, but we also are working behind the scenes to encourage business development and encourage new businesses to come here. One of our big projects for 2015 were our Business Enhancement Committee, and we'll talk about our 4 committees, but Business Enhancement Committee, we are putting together recruitment packets to encourage businesses to either relocate to downtown Greenville or expand their business into our district.
Now, let's talk just a second. You talked about 4 different committees. Let's talk about those 4 committees. And while I'm thinking about it, one of the reasons we wanted to do this show and we partnered up with with Main Street Greenville, I have a couple cousins, and when we have family reunions, they come in and they are always talking about how they love Greenville's actually one of those towns that still has a downtown area. And with the storefronts and the lighting and the planter boxes, it's a really attractive downtown area. And they are just always thrilled to come to Greenville because it represents what truly is a thriving small community downtown area.
Yeah, it is. So we have the Board of Trustees, like you had said before. We have about a 15-member board. In that, we have representatives from the City Council, from the Mayor, Mark Salick with Economic Development, Deanna York with the Visitors Bureau, the Darke County Visitors Bureau. They're ex officios, but they provide feedback, and we all work together. And then I also have volunteer. They're all volunteers, right. But also people who are involved with financial backgrounds. We added a lawyer. I mean, we're always looking for the skills that we need to make sure that we have a good group of people who are helping make decisions on which direction the program goes. But as far as the committees, there are 4. There's the Business Enhancement Committee, which we've been talking about a little bit, Promotions, which is all of our events, and also all of our advertising about downtown, and then Organization, which is of course fun. Not only do we have all the programs and everything that's going on, but we also have to raise our own money. We're a 501c3, so the way the money, it's a public-private partnership. So about 30% of our funds, we have an $80,000 budget.
Wow, really?
Yes, $80,000. About 30% of our funds come from city and county, and then the rest I have to raise. And that is either local businesses, that's manufacturing businesses, that's retail businesses, that's our downtown businesses, and then also individuals in the community who support what we're doing. They believe in what we're doing. They love our events. They want to see it continue and grow. And so that's where the rest of the finances come from. And also sales. We have different events, fundraisers, culinary tour, which is our first Friday event in March. Those tickets, that's another way of income for us. So that's how we survive and keep going. Yeah. So
let's talk about these events, because again, get on the website. That's mainstreetgreenville.org. I'll keep pumping that.
No,
okay. Anyhow, and the first one starts, I see, as the first Fridays, March the 6th, and that's the culinary tour. And then let's just kind of have a brief rundown of some of the other events. There's always a first Friday, correct?
The only months we do not have first Friday, because it's Ohio and Mother Nature, is January and February. But March through December, there are first Friday events. So every first Friday, there's something going on. And then we also do the horse parade, of course, which is basically our Super Bowl, is what we like to call it. That this year it brought down about 10,000 people to our district, which is incredible. It actually had press. It was in the Chicago Tribune. Somehow, hey, I'll take it. But those kind of things just really draw attention to our district. And we also do the Small Business Saturday. We became a national chairperson for that event for downtown, a champion. It's a neighborhood champion is what it's called. And so we got a kit to have canvas bags to give out and all this. But Small Business Saturday is an event that was created to celebrate the small businesses in your community. And of course, downtown district is a whole district of small businesses. Yes, right here.
We've got to hold this up.
Yes, these are the canvas bags we got in our kit. We also got stickers, buttons, and everything. And it's really to help our businesses promote what they do, who they are, why they opened a small business. It's not easy to open a small business. And so this day was created to celebrate those small businesses in our community, which make it very unique. Small businesses businesses, they are unique to your community. You know, no other community has a montage. No other community has, you know, so those places are specific to, all of them are specific to your community.
And that's what we're going to do in this series over the next couple months. We're going to go down and talk to a lot of these business owners, find out why they decided to set up shop here in downtown Greenville, a little bit about their stores, a little promotion and so forth, and just talk about what makes a vibrant, small community downtown area. And that's what we're all about right now. So.
Yeah, and promotions, you know, it's also the advertisement that we do, our Facebook page. We are very active with Facebook, making sure that we get the word out. We have e-newsletters, the website. I built the website. I mean, we're just constantly thinking of ways we can get the word out about what we're doing here and the businesses that exist here. So this program that Alex called me about doing videos, and I said, we're actually working on a project, our promotions committee. I was like, come to the meeting, and you came, and it was exactly, it fit perfect. Yeah. So that's how these kind of things happen. It's just getting people involved and making sure that everyone knows what you're working on, so those who have those skills can be involved and volunteer their time. And we're thrilled to have you be doing this. It's a great thing.
Well, you know, Nick and I, when was that? I think it was about 2 years ago when Bill Booker was still living, and Phyllis Mung and Mary Catherine Wilson had done a show on Our Town series where we went up and down Broadway and talked mostly about the buildings, not so much the businesses, and then who'd occupied those buildings over the years, went down one side of the traffic circle and back, and had just a great response from the community. And that's why we wanted to do this. Now, let's swing over a little bit. We've talked about Main Street Greenville. Let's talk about Amber Garrett, 2000 graduate of Greenville High School. What brought you back and what got you involved in this? And of course, we're going to talk about Amber and Rob's, her husband's business later on in the series. But let's talk, what brought you back and what stirred your interest in this?
It actually was at a First Friday event when Amber Schmergy was the director. Right. It was the Flicks on 5th, the movie that was shown over on 5th Street. Now it's been moved over to 3rd Street behind Bach to Rock. But my husband and I went to, took our son to that event, and we were sitting there with some of our friends who we graduated with, who are also living here in Greenville. And I just looked around and I'm like, oh my gosh, this has so much potential. These could be huge if people knew about them and really knew what was going on. And it made us want to get involved with downtown. We kind of fell in love at that night. It just kind of hit us that, like, the potential of what was there. And so shortly after that, it was actually a couple months later, we opened our business downtown. And then shortly after that, the next year, Amber decided to resign, and I heard about the opening, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I want to do.
You have to be an Amber to take over this position?
That's a joke. It's kind of a joke that's going around. You know, Amber was in the position for a long time, Schmergy. I always feel like I'm talking in the third person. Amber was in the position for a long time prior to me taking the position. I had been working at Brethren Retirement Community. I was the human resources coordinator there for 8 years. Loved the job there. It was also a nonprofit, so I was kind of exposed to that world and what that meant and how it worked. So when I heard that this, I also do photography, and so I started doing some photography work for Deanna with the Visitors Bureau. So I was exposed to even more what was happening in the community, not just downtown, but the entire county. And I just kind of realized there's a lot offered here that people either forget or they haven't been to in a long time, or they don't even know about. And so I was thrilled when I got the job. I just felt like it was a great fit for me, and I still feel that way. And it's been a real joy to see what the program's becoming and what downtown's becoming. The people that are down here care a lot, and they want to see it thrive. So we've got a great group of people down here, business owners, everything. It's really neat to see right now.
Yeah. And I think a lot of times people that are native to the community or have come in, they see these things, they just don't understand what all's involved and what is actually offered here in the Greenville community. And so that's why we're doing this show, and why you're going to be putting some ads, or you're going to put a booklet or a brochure in the media?
Yeah, we're going to put an insert together for the newspaper that will have these stories in written form. Our plan with this is to do the videos, so we'll have the videos to share on Facebook and even do some little commercials for downtown. And then we will take the information that is shared in the videos and write articles on each business, do an insert in the paper, so those who maybe don't see it on Facebook, they might see it in the newspaper. And then our hope is to take these papers regionally and leave them in coffee shops, libraries, anywhere where we can get the word out within a 50-mile radius to let people know what we're doing here and why it's so great to be here.
Well, thanks a lot for your time. To get us started, this will be the opening of the series that we're going to be doing here on downtown Greenville on behalf of Main Street Greenville. And we're going to come back in a little bit and start with the first of our business owners. We're going to take, Nick and I will take the camera and equipment across the street to Sadie Grace and the Hallmark Bookstore as you watch Main Street Greenville here as we take a look at the shops and businesses of Greenville on the Wave Channel 5. We'll be back in just a moment.